narcissistic abuse. How acceptance is the key to escaping narcissistic abuse. Thank you for confirming you can hear me on Instagram. I'm so glad you can hear me. I'm going to be talking about 10 minutes. Okay, good. I'm glad the sound is on YouTube. Yay! I'm so happy. Greetings, TikTok. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. As I mentioned earlier, today we're going to be talking about acceptance. How acceptance is the cheat code to escaping narcissistic abuse. How acceptance, not in the way you thought, but real acceptance is the cheat code to escaping narcissistic abuse. So come on in and come on in and come on in, and we're going to go deep into this. I'm going to talk for about 10 minutes or so, and then we'll open it up to questions. You can go live with questions on TikTok and Instagram, and then on YouTube, I'll read your questions out because there's no way to call in on YouTube right now. But tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. So let's get started, right? Let's get started. You know, as I listen to some amapiano music from South Africa in the background. But you know, today we're going to be talking about understanding deeply what acceptance is, right? What acceptance is, how acceptance gets you away from the grips of narcissists. Because listen closely. What if everything I told you, what if I told you that everything you've been taught about survival, protection, and strength is backwards? Because it is. That the power you seek is not in resistance. It is not in retaliation. And it's not even in cutting people off, although it is. But in one act so simple, so misunderstood, yet so mystically potent, this cheat code shatters everything. And that act is the act of acceptance. And today we're going to go deeper into what acceptance is, not motivational fluff, no therapizing, no spiritual bypassing, just the multi-dimensional cheat code. Well, we'll explore what acceptance is with evidence from science, from psychology, from spirituality, so you understand what acceptance is. And this is your cheat code. And as you listen to me, just decide what questions you have, and I will answer any questions you have in the text, or if you come onto audio or video in about 10 minutes or so. And also, if I can be of help to you, you can book a free session on my website, innermileage.com, where we can talk and determine if we are a match to work together. But I want to start by defining exactly what acceptance is, right? And by the way, how's everybody doing? Are you all doing okay on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube? Everyone okay? Everyone doing okay? If you are, say, I am living the dream. I am living the dream. Acceptance is not just saying okay. Acceptance is not defeat. To curate a quote here, I don't know who to relate this to, but acceptance is the accurate recognition of what is without resistance, judgment, or energetic recoil. Yes, love and assaults. You see, I'm living the dream. I love it, Dawn Marie. So when we think about acceptance, even from a psychological standpoint, change only occurs when we accept ourselves exactly as we are. And narcissistic abuse tries to get you not to accept yourself. But the paradox is acceptance is the gateway to your transformation, to your escape, because it ends the internal war that keeps us fragmented. And as long as you're fragmented, the narcissists have access to you, honey, Amber Cinnamon. When we go into the Buddhist framework, in the words of the language of the Buddha, Pali, the word for acceptance is kamati or kamati. And kamati is linked to patience, surrender, and non-avoidance. Because the Buddha taught that suffering arises not just from pain or trauma or narcissistic abuse, but it arises from wanting the current moment to be different, Isabel Caputo. Resist nothing. Rebs. Now, when we go into Hermeticism, because you know I'm a Hermetic teacher and thinker, when you accept reality fully, you return to the non-dual center where magic becomes possible. Now, I'll explain how this is relevant to how you escape from narcissistic abuse and how you can defeat the narcissist with acceptance. I'll get there. But before I get there, I want to tell you about why acceptance is so difficult to accept, if you can look at it that way. This is because the human brain has a negativity bias wired into the amygdala. And that negativity bias is designed for survival, not peace. And acceptance means quieting that default network, Mystical Raven, which constantly compares, judges, and plans. To be more specific, for an empath, which is most of us here, trauma often hardwires us into hypervigilance because you were trained to earn love through fixing, overachieving, and people pleasing. But true love doesn't have to be earned. You've also been trained to accept love that may never come from the narcissist. And it feels like abandoning hope, but it's actually releasing that illusion. Because narcissists keep empaths stuck in energetic contracts through comparison, through confusion, and coercive emotional layering. So your refusal to accept what they are or what they are not is the energetic leash they depend on. Because acceptance breaks the spell. You know, I remember when I came to the realization that I was dealing with the final narcissist in my life, lying on a yoga mat looking at the ceiling. And I was saying to myself, how could I miss this? Then I came to a point of accepting. You are seeing what is, and you're prepared to see it. That's why you're seeing it. And it's that acceptance of that dynamic, even though there was a lot of shock, that has led me to this point, Dawn Marie, to be here with you. Welcome, Live Free. Because acceptance breaks the spell. If you are in a spell, acceptance is what breaks the spell. It ends the contract. Not with anger, never with anger, but with presence. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about the power of acceptance. According to quantum field theory, observation collapses potential into reality. So most people observe with resistance, Dawn Marie. And when you observe with resistance, you cause chaotic manifestations. Because if you're resisting and you're scared, then you're going to get the thing you're afraid of. But acceptance is the coherent observer state, Neba Ankh. And I'm so glad you're here, my fellow Kemetic practitioner. Namaste. Acceptance is the coherent observer state because it aligns your frequency with universal intelligence, making reality bend to your inner truth, not your wounds. So the moment you accept I am tired, there's no more resisting I am tired. The moment you accept I am hurt, there's no more resisting who hurt me, why did they hurt me. The moment you accept I am betrayed or I have been betrayed, there's no more going about, oh, what did I do and how could they do this to me? The moment you accept I've been ghosted, you don't have to go through why did they ghost me, why did they do this? The moment you've been manipulated and you accept it, you don't have to go through that. Why did they manipulate? You accept it. I've been manipulated. Okay, I feel silly. Okay, what am I learning from this? Because the moment you accept it, you reduce the power of the thing that you resist to control you. Because the moment you accept what is, your body scientifically shifts into parasympathetic dominance. Come on, somebody tell me if I'm talking to you, if I'm talking to myself. Because I know acceptance is not the most popular topic, but tell me if you hear me. And if you hear what I'm saying, type transform in the comment section. If you're understanding what I'm saying, if I'm talking, thank you, Dawn Marie. Oh, I'm so glad, Kiki. Thank you so much, Isabel. Thank you. You see, the moment you accept what is, thank you, Dawn Marie, your body goes into a vagal tone. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you, Robin. Your body, the moment you accept, just think about something that you're resisting now. Hi, Ellie. Think about something in your life you're resisting right now. And then accept it. I know it's difficult. Just accept it. I'm talking to you. That thing you're resisting, can you accept it right now? Just breathe in and say, I accept that thing. I accept the divorce. I accept the cheating. I accept the manipulation. I accept that they're evil. Accept it. What does that feel for you right now? How do you feel? Because the moment you accept what is, your body goes into calm. Your vagal tone increases. Free, you said it. Pure peace, Wendy. And the reason you feel peace is when you resist, you create a lot of cortisol, which is the stress hormone. When you accept, oxytocin flows. Relief, Robin. Mystical Raven, Swaggy. The body becomes a harmonic instrument, not a battlefield when you accept. Now, accepting does not mean giving up. Accepting means the sun is shining and the weather is hot, and I'm not going to tell myself it's winter. The sun is shining and the weather is hot, period. Accepting is dealing with what is. And when you deal with what is, you shift from being in the battlefield to being in harmony immediately. Immediately. And the science behind this is there was a study, a 2020 study done in the Clinical Psychological Review. And they found that acceptance-based therapies, right, outperform cognitive control strategies in treating trauma, depression, and anxiety. Oh, I'm so glad, Wendy. I'm so glad, Wendy. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Accept, accept, accept. Because the moment you accept, you can forgive. And the moment you forgive, you can release. And the moment you release, you create space for more creativity and inspired action. Acceptance. I've just given you the science behind acceptance. Why? Because acceptance creates psychological flexibility, which is the true indicator of resilience, neuroplasticity. When you accept, you create new synapses in your brain. So accepting is I'm being bullied and I accept it. There's no drama. I accept. I accept that I don't have the power right now. I accept. And why is acceptance the cheat code to escape narcissism? This is what we all want to know. Everybody wants to know this. Why is acceptance the cheat code to escape narcissism? This is why, and I'll tell you. You see, the noise of suffering. You're right, Isabel. Narcissists are not powerful. You heard it from narcissists are not powerful. You're right, Neba, Ankh, House of Sacred Wisdom. Narcissists are not powerful. They are trapped performers on a collapsing stage. Look around you. Look around you, Mama T. Shut up. Their power comes from getting you to disown the moment, to want something else, someone else, to be someone else. So the narcissist's power in your life comes from getting you to disown yourself and disown the present moment. Why? Because the narcissist, Dawn Marie, is addicted to your non-acceptance because it feeds their illusion of superiority. Neba Ankh. You said it, Robin, because the moment you see them, they start to unravel. You see, but when you accept what is, Mama T, Ellie Wynn, when you accept what is, Isabel, oh, Wendy, who are you, Wendy? You're such an angel, Wendy. Thank you for the donation. I'm so glad, Wendy. It's never expected and always appreciated, Wendy. Oh, my goodness. May your cup always run over, Wendy. Always. And to everybody who's also donating energetically with your energy, may your cups always run over. Let me keep going. Thank you, Wendy. When you accept what is, the narcissist will begin to realize that you are no longer emotionally available for their games, that you know they are not safe, that you know they will not change. And that tether that you had to them implodes. Because acceptance removes the hope bait from the narcissist tribe. Oh, they'll get better one day. Oh, they didn't know what they were doing. Oh, did they realize what they were doing? And you no longer, when you accept, try to decode their moods, Mama T. You're not trying to be hypervigilant. There's no more emotional gambling, no more psychic vampirism. Because acceptance, Maggie, acceptance is the ultimate gray rock. Not because you fake being neutral, but because you've accepted the truth at a vibrational level. You're not deluding yourself. Because ultimately, acceptance is the unbinding sigil. In magical terms, when you stop wanting the narcissist to be who they are not, you exit the glamour spell. Exactly it. Acceptance is actually winning, Muse and the Philanthropist. Because when you accept, how can you be manipulated? When you accept, why would you desire something that's different from what is? So the narcissist can no longer mirror your energy. They must collapse back into their empty echo when you accept. You're exactly right, Mystical Raven 97. You cannot heal if you don't accept. And accepting is simply taking things as they are, not as you want them to be. Let me go deeper into the magic of acceptance. In alchemy, there's this theory called calcinatio, which means the burning away of falsehood, which is what happens in the Negredo stage when the gold is still dark, right? This is what happens. And when you accept, you're accepting the burning away of falsehoods. Your falsehood and their falsehood. I'm currently in no contact with my ex. It's been 7 weeks and he's crashing out. I blocked him, but he still leaves voice messages and sends 30 texts, but I remain sad. I'm so at peace without him. Oh, Miss T Boogie, baby. That is classic abuse and vampiristic vibrations. And I want you to come online and ask a question if you want to, because I can see what you escaped. You escaped hell. And this narcissist wants to tether you back to hell. But you've already accepted Miss T Boogie, baby. And everyone's been there. Robin's been there. Leon's been there. This is what it is. Radical acceptance. Because every mystical tradition, from Sufism to the Dzogchen, teaches that reality only opens when you stop resisting it. And acceptance is a threshold where suffering ends and soul begins. You know, in the Upanishads from Hinduism, the Upanishads say when the knower, the knowing, and the known disappear, what remains is truth. Let me read that again. When the knower, when the knowing, and the known disappear, what remains is truth. Estella Tarkan. What remains is truth, Leanne. When the knower, the knowing, and the known disappear, what remains is truth, Wendy. What remains is truth, Isabel. What remains is truth, Live Free. What remains is truth, Dawn Marie. What remains is truth, Mystical Raven. And in that moment, you are no longer escaping the narcissist. You are ascending beyond the matrix that made them possible. Woo! You are escaping the matrix. When you accept, you are escaping the matrix that brought the narcissist to life. When you accept, the narcissist is no longer real. When you accept, I've been abused. I've been vampired by parasites. The moment you accept it, they have no more life. Because remember, acceptance creates a new observer effect. Because when you accept, and the truth shall, oh, Isabel, the truth shall set you free. Because when you accept the truth, how can lies approach you? The lies can't approach you. The lies can't approach you. So in conclusion, and I'm going to start taking some calls here, the answer to escaping narcissistic abuse was never in fighting. It was never in revenge. It was never in trying to teach the narcissist a lesson. I hope they do this. I hope this happens to them. The key was in your willingness to face reality fully. Or if you haven't faced reality fully, the key is in your willingness to begin to face reality fully from now on. And if I'm making sense to you, someone type in the chat, I accept my reality fully from here on. I accept my reality fully from here on. I accept my reality fully from here on. Because the key is always in your willingness to face reality fully. To let the illusions die. To accept, to arise. Oh, Dawn Marie, that's beautiful. You don't escape the narcissist through force. Wendy, I love it. I love it, Leanne. I love it, Frances. I love it, Katrina. I love it, Rebs. You don't escape the narcissist through force, Miss Wonder Woman. You escape the narcissist through frequency, Robin. Oh, Robin, 32 years of hell. That was your Robin Island, Robin. Did you get that, Robin? Robin Island? Talk to Mandela in the spirit. You see, you escape the narcissist through frequency. And the frequency of acceptance, Mystical Raven, is ungovernable. Because when you accept, what else is there? There's nothing else. It's sovereign. It's divine. And you now have the cheat code. Use it wisely. Build a world where peace isn't a performance, where peace becomes your permanent signature. And often, peace looks like boredom. Peace looks like quiet. Peace looks like being alone. Peace looks like you've been deserted. No, that's peace. Because the higher you go, there are fewer people there. That's why it's peaceful and quiet, Maggie Nisbet. So here, I want to take some questions, right? I want to hear some voices live. If you're inclined to ask a question, just invite yourself via video on Instagram and on TikTok. And I'll keep reading your questions on YouTube, right? Peace becomes your permanent signature, Wendy. And peace, when you are at peace, Wendy, peace can look like, oh, I'm so bored. Nobody's calling me. I have no dates. I'm alone. My children are not calling me. No. When you accept that period as a period for your self-healing, the mystery of quietness and boredom starts to reveal itself to you, Dennis. And Maggie, I don't understand your point. Acceptance has nothing to do with it. We're talking about narcissism and acceptance, and if that's not the tip you're on, I think we're gonna block you and get you out of here. We don't have time to try to figure out what you're up to. We trust our instincts. We don't have time for that. You see, so that's exactly it, Liam. Single, no kids, totally alone, but you're actually not alone. You'll have company because you're gonna be with yourself longer than you are with anybody. You're going to be with you. So what is your relationship with you? Don't you hear your voice talking to you when you're by yourself? Have you developed a loving relationship? Do you find yourself interesting? This is what peace gives you the opportunity to do, to realize that you have a relationship with yourself. Celibacy and solitude. I can relate to that, Amy. Katrina, I get it. Dennis, I understand. First time being with myself, and what a privilege. Oh, thank you, Isabel. You're so kind. We're all wonderful teachers. We are teaching each other. But I also accept that I'm transmitting what has come through me through divine suffering, just like you. Celibacy for 3 years, Leanne. Oh, congratulations. Robin, don't worry. It happens naturally when you avail yourself to self-love, care, and acceptance, like Dennis said. Fiona, separated after 19 years, I finally love myself. Oh, Fiona, I've been divorced twice, so I know what you're going through. And congratulations on your freedom. You're going to start looking younger and more beautiful for yourself because your thoughts to yourself, when they become more loving, you become this way. I'm no contact for a decade in the waters with 3 sons. Moshe, Asher, and Caleb, powerful names. Had to leave my entire life, family, friends, work, education. So glad to have you validated and all spirit-led. Oh, Wendy. I want to talk to you, Wendy. Even if we don't work together, we're connected. I feel your pain. And if you want to talk more, just book a free session on my website, innermileage.com, Wendy. This is so transformative and powerful. And Wendy, I can almost sense that you're a teacher yourself, Wendy. I can tell. Mystical Raven, what would cause a narc to pass away briefly and come back but not change? See, narcissists are also children of the divine. Therefore, narcissists also have the opportunity to awaken. And so the divine will give him a chance. And one of the chances the divine give the narcissist is for the narcissist to be blessed with an empath. You are the blessing in the narcissist's life, Mystical Raven, Leanne, Isabel, Wendy, Kiki, Rebs, Fiona. We were the blessing in the narcissist's life. And when they didn't acknowledge the blessing became a lesson. Am I making sense? I'm sure there's more to what you're asking about, but I don't know if that answers your question, Mystical Raven. Please tell me. My narc mother got worse after she passed, and then what happened when she came back? What happened? Do you want to come on live on video, Mystical Raven, if you want, or Miss T Boogie, or you can ask your question. What happened after she came back? You see, once you see what a narcissist is, you begin to lose any false hope that they're going to be different, because false hope is tethering you to further abuse, to the energetic resonance with the narcissist. But your freedom comes from realizing that, good Lord, this is what it is, and this is scary. You know, I often say, Ellie, there's a lot of people on the streets and in psych wards who are there not because they are bad people. They are there because they were so abused, they couldn't handle it, and they took a left turn too soon, and the brain couldn't take it. This is why they're on the streets. I understand, Mystical Raven. Don't worry about it. You know, she came back because perhaps you were expecting her to be different, and she wasn't. So the lesson here for you was just to accept her as she was, and to overcome your own mother wound from having a mother who was not a mother. That means you become the nurturing mother for yourself, the inner parent for yourself. And if you do decide to have children, if you do have children, you end that cycle of the distorted feminine. So her returning to you she came back because usually when you come back to the earth, you have unfinished business. If your business is finished with the earth, you don't reincarnate. You move on to higher realms. So she came back because she's got some more hellish lessons to learn. Do you see what I'm saying, Mystical Raven? Leanne, I see them more, and it seems like everyone is one. You see, Leanne, what happens is when you wake up from narcissistic abuse is to wake up to the reality that we live in a terra firma, an earth that is governed by the spirit of Narcissus. To wake up from your own individual narcissism is to wake up to systemic global narcissism. Because you have to remember that families live in homes or apartments, right? So a single collection of homes makes a neighborhood, which makes a zip code. So if you have one home that's narcissistic and 10 homes that are narcissistic, you now have a narcissistic zip code. Then more homes makes a narcissistic neighborhood. Then more homes makes a narcissistic city. Then more homes makes a narcissistic region, a narcissistic state, a narcissistic country, a narcissistic continent, and a narcissistic world. Remember, as above, so below. As above, so below. Which is why, Leanne, when you wake up from your own individual narcissism after decades of going through it, you begin to see narcissists everywhere because the world is governed by the spirit of Narcissus. Did I talk to you or am I talking to myself? Someone tell me. There is no love like self-love. Fiona, you said it. There is really no love like self-love. There really isn't. And all day Goldie, wow, when the narcissist didn't recognize the blessing, it becomes a lesson. Boom, 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 boom shot. That's what it is, right? This is exactly what it is. So when you begin to see things as they are in your narcissistic abuse, is to wake up to the reality that you're surrounded by narcissism everywhere you go. It's in the job, it's in the schools, it's in the churches, it's everywhere. I understand what you're saying. That's how I've started to see it as well. I accepted it almost a year ago. It was excruciating, but so enlightening. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Mystical Raven. This is great. And your name says it all. You know, and I love ravens because often ravens will come here and give me messages. Anytime I see ravens, I know the divine is talking to ravens and crows. So your name is a very symbolic name, Mystical Raven, because you've always been a raven. You just woke up a year ago into realizing you are a raven. Isabel, oh, they're everywhere. Temple, Isabel, the reason you see them everywhere is because you woke up to it in your own walk, perhaps from your parent. Now, I live in Narcissistan. I love that. Noctopia, Ellie Wynn. Ellie Wynn is calling this world a Narcissistan or Noctopia. It's exactly it. But when we wake up from Narcissistan or from we wake up from Noctopia, Ellie, we wake up to Nirvana. We wake up to heaven in hell. When we wake up from narcissistic abuse, is to open a doorway to our own internal heaven. And heaven is a frequency. Heaven is not necessarily someplace in the clouds where. Clouds where? No. Heaven is within you. And heaven looks like peace. Heaven looks like boredom. Heaven looks like rest. Heaven looks like alignment with your career. Heaven looks like abundance. Heaven looks like joy. And abundance comes from acceptance, because when you accept everything and you're always grateful, even the smallest things bring you joy. This is heaven. Heaven is within. And remember, it is internal conditions that create external conditions. So if you have heaven within, inevitably, according to the quantum realm, which is physics, you create heaven without. In the same way, when you have hell within, you create hell outside us. So the reason why a lot of us were tethered to narcissists because we had hell within us, and hell was programmed into us. This is why. And when you come to a place of acceptance, acceptance means you accept the narcissists as they are without argument. You're a narcissist, no problem. I'm an empath, no problem. But I'm not confused about the difference between a narcissist and an empath. And when you accept, there is no hate. When you accept, there is no trauma, path of least resistance. When you accept, there is no anger, Leanne. When you accept, there is no hell. Even the hell becomes pleasurable because you see that based on the law of polarity, hell means you're close to heaven. This is what it is. Isabel said that heaven is but the man does not see. You see, there's a lot of heaven around us, which is why a lot of people have to see heaven through either using plant medicine. And I've had experiences with that. When people take plant medicines, they see colors and sacred geometries and everything seems so beautiful and the forest is nice and the trees are talking. Well, the trees are always talking to you. You just can't see it. You see, it's just like looking at a ceiling fan, right? When the ceiling fan is off, you can see the blades of the fan, right? But when the ceiling fan is on, you cannot see the blades, right? Because there's movement. A lot of us think that when the ceiling fan is off, there is no movement. But when the ceiling fan is off, there's actually movement. It's just so slow, it's imperceptible. In the same way the earth moves, but it moves at a microscopic speed, we can't even see it. This is the world we live in. It's all about energy and vibration. So the world is already beautiful, but we need sometimes psychedelics to make us see the beauty in the world. I was touching trees all day yesterday, Miss T Boogie. I do that even urban. I was walking there and I saw trees and I'll stop and touch the leaves or let the leaves brush my hair and they respond. Nature is, you see, the divine is everywhere. The divine is in the trees, on the sidewalk, in the eyes of the homeless person you're avoiding, especially old black men with gray beards. Those are angels. Whenever you see an old black man on the streets begging for something, help that man. And that man, when that man says, God bless you, that's like the divine feminine blessing you. Anyway, it's just a little quirk. You don't have to do that. But you're right, it's about the new earth. It's about being in the present. Oh, Mystical Raven, I love that. Oh, Leanne, that's exact. Take off your slippers and put them in the grass, Leanne. Now. No, do it whenever you want. This is how you come to acceptance. And when you're in a place of acceptance, if somebody says, you are silly, and you say, okay, what else can the person say? You've just accepted. And by acceptance, you've neutralized the ability to fight you. That's the ultimate gangster nature. Because it's very difficult to accept, because we live in a world where no one accepts themselves. Everybody wants to be something else or somewhere else or with someone else. It's very rare to be in a place of acceptance, Isabel. It's a very difficult to be in a place of acceptance, path of least resistance, IJS world. It's very difficult to accept because we've been trained from the very beginning not to accept. Be better, be this, be that, go more, I want that. But the moment you start to accept, acceptance increases gratitude. And when you're in a place of gratitude, you have everything, Amy. That's exactly it. When you're in a place of gratitude, you have everything. And the ego is useful, Isabel, insofar as it says, I'm Nana, and don't mess with me. But the ego is entirely useless in trying to prove yourself to anybody. It's a trap. So the positive side of the ego is enables you to navigate the world, but you don't need the ego for anything else. You don't need it. Harina, I love that. I love that, Harina, Aries. I'm an Aries, so I get it. And gratitude is the attitude. Some of these bumper stickers are bumper stickers because they make sense and they're so intelligent, we overlook them. Gratitude is the attitude. But it is. When you're able to accept in the moment, you're grateful for the present, like now. Right now, the only thing that matters, oh, it's your surname, Harina. Oh, that is so special. Even more special. You see, when you accept, you are on the path to creating heaven on earth. And it doesn't matter what's going on in the world. Oh, you're a Virgo. I love that. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world. It doesn't mean that you are ignorant to what's going on in the world. It doesn't mean that you don't have compassion for what's going on in the world. It means that you are deciding, like Isabel said, to create a new earth. And the new earth comes from within. And the more of us who are in this place of creating a fire, you got it, Isabel. The more you're in the place of creating this new earth, imagine if there are 10 people in your city trying to create a new earth, then 50 people, then 100 people, then 1,000 people, then 10,000, then 100,000, then 1,000,000. This is how the movements begin. That the movement of decency and kindness, observe but don't absorb, of high level spirituality neutralizes any narcissistic matrix. You don't have to fight the narcissistic matrix because fighting it makes it stronger. You just have to make it irrelevant by accepting it. They will come to you, IJS world. They will come to you when you're in a place of self-love and resonance. Because when you're in a place of self-love and resonance and taking inspired action and busy enjoying and appreciating your life, you do things you love, you're going to meet other people doing things that they love. And if you meet people doing things you love and they're doing things that you love, that is love. That's inspired connection. That's sacred geometry. That's spiritual physics. That's spiritual mathematics. The point, Robin, is to make abuse irrelevant by evolving past it. Because you remember, when you don't accept, you are in the hate frequency. When you accept, you are in the love frequency. And when you're in the love frequency, no narcissist can reach you. When you are in the love frequency, no narcissist can reach you. Why? Because, oh, I love it. The narcissist cannot reach you because they live in a place of hate, and they are hate. So to reach you, they have to become love. And that's how you become an agent of transformation, even for impossible narcissists who know what you've been through and you've transcended. This is how the narcissist starts to respect you. And that's how you know you are a true, how do I show you? Spiritual gangster. True spiritual gangster. Huh? Yeah? This is how you know. I'm saying and like a true African. This is how you know you are a true spiritual gangster. When even the narcissists start to become afraid of you and start to bow down to your love. That is true mastery, where the snakes run away when they see you coming because you radiate so much love, so much strength, so much power. You see, this is the whole point of coming to yourself, because the ultimate power is love. And when you're at a place of love, even your enemies will bow. Even your enemies will bow. You see, every tongue will confess, every knee shall bow, every tongue confess when Jah come. Every knee shall bow. So I'm going to close today with this song from Johnny Clark. Johnny Clark. This song's called Every Knee Shall Bow. Why is it not playing? Authorized. Every knee shall bow. Every knee. Every knee. Every knee. This is what it's about, where you begin to realize there is no one like you. There is no one like you. Then the narcissist will even bow to you in the way Mandela got all these racist people to bow to him. Not because he was God, but because he represented a principle that even the demons had to bow down to. You see, this is what it is. Johnny Clark. This is for everybody who's overcoming today. Every knee shall bow. Every knee shall bow. Every tongue confess. What? When Jah came. Every knee shall bow. Every knee shall bow. Every knee will bow. When you live in a place of love, even your enemies will bow to you. Why? Because everything bows to love. Everything bows to love. Johnny Clark, no more sorrow. No more pain. What will you do? What will you do? When peace shall reign. When the wicked fall. Every knee shall bow. Every tongue confess. On that day when Jah shall come. You see what I'm saying to you, family? I want to wish you strength in everything you're going through. And keep fighting the good fight by accepting. You win by accepting in love. And stay in the love frequency, even to those who hate you. Remember, love doesn't mean you want to talk to everybody. Love doesn't mean you want to reconcile with people who don't deserve to be in your company, because it's a privilege to be around you. Love is the frequency you walk on this earth, because there's a love that created this. And when you're in a place of love, you are the USB cord fitting into the phone, to the energetic phone. Love is what the frequency is about. So when you're in love, you're moving with the divine, and the divine moves with you. And when the divine moves with you, who come play with I and I? Who come play with I and I when you move in love? Because to move in love is to move with the divine. Before I go, let me know how this message and transmission is landing for you. If it's landing for you, say received. If I'm just talking to myself, just tell me, Nana, you're full of crap. But I know I'm not full of crap. I'm full of love. Tell me if it's landing for you. If it's landing, say received. Yes, Leon. Oh, one love. Mystica. Miss T Boogie, one love. Adrian, one love. Sun, one love. IGS World, one love. Miss Wonder Woman, one love. Katrina, my fate, one love. Isabel, one love. Live Free, one love. Wendy, one love. Swaggy, one love. Everybody, Pretty Shield, one love. Miss Wonder Woman, Sun, Ellie Wynn. Christopher, one love. Robin, one love. Path of Least Resistance, one love. I so appreciate you all. You are all angels of the divine, shifting your own world. And imagine this, how many of us here? Just imagine all of us are connected to 5 or 10 more people. This is how we change the world. You change the world by changing I and I. Peace and light. Peace and light. I'm so grateful to you. I see you back here on Friday. The air is fire, Isabel. Isabel, you're hilarious. I appreciate you all. I'm so in awe of all of you. And I see you back here on Friday. At the same time, Pretty Shield, my Choctaw or Chickasaw sister, right? Blessed love. One love. Jano. One love, 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 one love.